sort out my mop. It's perfectly normal to feel a whole range of emotions leading up to your very first race day. You might be nervous or you might be excited, and it doesn't matter whether you're running a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon, or even an ultra. We will probably all go through exactly the same feelings. I'm Anna, and today on the Running Channel, I'm going to be giving you some tips on what you should be doing in the week leading up to race day. If you're new around here, where have you been? Hit subscribe below and make sure you tap that bell icon to get notified when we upload new videos just like this one. Check the weather forecast. You probably don't need us to tell you this one, as most people will obsess over what the temperature is going to be like for race day and what the weather's going to be doing. But just make sure you have got an eye on what is going to be happening on race day. If it's going to be wet, for example, that will probably affect what you're going to wear and what you're going to pack in your bag afterwards. Check out our video on what to pack for a rainy race day for more on that one. If you can, have a scout out of the route in advance. Check out what the terrain's going to be like, if there's going to be any hills, and also, if you can, find out exactly where the start is before you get there, which will help you massively on race day so you don't get lost. Okay, let's talk about carb loading, the holy grail of running and the excuse that everybody gives to eat loads of pasta and loads of pizza so they can go out for a run. Now, let's be serious here. You don't really need to carb load for the likes of a 5K or a 10K, but if you're doing something a bit longer, like a half marathon or a marathon or further, then you will need to think about the amount of carbohydrates you're giving to your body to really build up those glycogen stores before you race. So have a think about this in the days leading up to your race day. Don't just stuff your face like mad with carbs on the morning of your race, because you'll end up feeling bloated and really heavy. So in the few days before, you still eat the same amount of food as you're used to, but just try swapping out some of the other bits that you might have had with the carbs for other carbs. So for example, if you're going to be having pasta for your dinner, have a higher volume of pasta compared to the other bits and bobs like proteins and vegetables. Also, on the morning of your race, you need to think about what your breakfast is going to be like, and hopefully you will have practiced this in training. So don't try out anything new on race day, because you may end up with stomach problems. Something light like a bagel or some toast with some energy-rich foods like peanut butter or honey, and even having a banana or a sports drinks are things to think about to really up your carbohydrate stores before you get to the start line. Get a good night's sleep so that you don't turn up on race day tired. Now, you're probably not going to sleep particularly well the night before the race. You'll be playing things through in your mind and thinking about all of the things that you need to do the next morning in order to get to the start line. So it's completely normal to feel anxious and nervous and not be able to get a good night's sleep on actual race day eve. So if you can get a good night's sleep the couple of nights leading up to race day, you will turn up feeling much fresher. And don't panic about it either. This is something that all elite runners go through too. They don't sleep particularly well the night before a big race either. But if you're able to get a good kip in a couple of nights before, then you can turn up on race day safe in the knowledge that you are relaxed and refreshed and ready to go. You might want to go out for a really gentle run on race day just to keep the legs ticking over and warm up ahead of lining up. How far you go depends on the distance of your race and what time it starts, but it's nice just to get things going before you hit the start line. Try to stay off your feet as much as possible the day before your race. Don't do as I did in Paris and decide to go and do all the touristy things and walk 30,000 steps. Trust me, your legs won't thank you for it the next day. So if you are feeling a bit nervous, maybe you want to take your mind off things, then do something sitting instead of walking and standing around. So maybe just go to the cinema or meet up with some friends. Anything that you can do to stop yourself from burning that extra energy that you can save up ready for race day. Get your kit out. You don't want to be scrabbling around looking for that random left sock that's buried somewhere at the back of a drawer on race day morning. Also, if you've got your hands on your number already, then write out your emergency contact details on the back and pin it to the top that you're going to wear for your race. That'll save you a job in the morning, and it's also easier just to put your top on with the race number already on it than trying to faff around with safety pins on race day morning when you're thinking about a million other things. Lots of runners also like to get all of their kit and lay it out on the floor and take a photo. Two reasons for this. One, it's a good way to check off that you've got everything. And two, and probably more likely, is it's great to upload it to social media with the hashtag #flatlay. Obviously you don't have to do that one, but lots of runners do it. Here's my one from the Paris Half Marathon. The main thing to remember in the week leading up to race day is to relax and enjoy it. Remember, don't try anything new on race day. Check out our video on race day tips for some more on what to do on the actual day. Hopefully you found these tips useful. If you think there's anything that we've forgotten, please leave them in a comment below, and we'll see you next time on the Running Channel.